Welcome to Blu-ray on a Budget. My name's Jerry Hara, and this is my co-host Heather. That's it? Like, nothing? You got nothing for them?
Oh, I smile.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, today we are continuing the Child's Play saga, and we have hit number trace, Child's Play 3, surname, Look Who's Stalking. Huh? Is that funny? Look Who's Stalking?
No,
Do you get it?
No, it's not.
Oh my god! So, before we start to unbox Child's Play 3, I think it's important that we start with a couple of fun facts, because the people who are watching this are probably really nerdy. Would you like to know a fun fact?
Maybe? Yeah, sure.
Okay. Peter Jackson, yes, that Peter Jackson was asked to direct this film.
I'm glad he turned it down.
Yeah, it's
Great career move,
Probably-
Peter Jackson.
probably a good career move. After we had learned in the last episode that Wes Craven had turned down Child's Play 2.
God bless.
Well,
Anyway, I'll go back.
okay, so now, officially, Universal Pictures owns the Child Play franchise.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine with that. It's kind of a non-sequitur. So, before we even unpack this, because there's just so much going on here.
There is.
There really is. Here's what happens. So Universal decides to make...
It's just funny. It's funny that we're doing an episode on this because it's such a bad movie. I was writing notes on ideas for what to talk about, and all I was able to write was shit on it. I hate this movie so much. All I can do is insult it.
Before we shit on it,
Okay.
if you like Cleveland Steamers and you want to see hot broads poop on movies, have we got a show for you. So, essentially what had happened was, they made Child's Play 2, and it was number one at the box office, and it made a shitload of money. Don Mancini, who would go on to direct Seed of Chucky, and he would also go on to direct Curse of Chucky, they decided to crank this movie out. If Child's Play 2 came out in 1990, Child's Play 3 came out 9 months later.
They asked them to start writing it before Child's Play 2 was even finished.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I guess they figured if they paid all that money for the franchise, they were gonna get their bang for their buck. So Don Mancini, the writer of Child's Play 2 and 3, even said that he was pretty much out of ideas. That's really not a good impetus to start on.
No, it's not.
When your writer says to you, "Hey, I'm going to write this movie and I'm already out of ideas," you're pretty much dead in the water.
You got a big problem.
Well,
What's a movie with bad writing? I mean, what do you have?
Child's Play. Okay, first off, the actor, I guess his name was Alex Vincent, he's gone. Replaced by Justin Whalen, who has an amazing Patrick Swayze mullet in the beginning of this film.
He does.
So,
I'm impressed.
okay, in 1990, Andy Barclay was 10 years old. Now he's like 17, and this movie, Child's Play 3, takes place in 1998. This is going to be important because Bride of Chucky, which was the biggest gap between Chucky movies, 1991, Child's Play 3, 1998, Bride of Chucky. Both Bride of Chucky and Child's Play 3 take place in 1998.
But Bride of Chucky was actually filmed, or it came out in 98.
Yes.
So that one makes more sense to take place in 1998.
I'm just saying, why are there no flying cars? Not that there would be in 7 years, but this movie isn't. So if you've watched Child's Play 2, 9 months later, if you're in a cinema, this dropped August 30th of 1991, you've now jumped ahead 7 to 8 years 8 years in the timeline. So, with that being said, we have a 17-year-old Andy Barclay, and Heather, take it away.
Okay, so he's in military school because he's had such a fucked up childhood that it led him to some behavioral problems and bad choices. Chucky comes back to life. I don't even remember how he comes back to life, but he does it again. He does it again. He died so hard in the second movie, and somehow he just miraculously makes it.
I'm going to stop you there. The way he comes back to life, some of the coolest stuff in Child's Play 2 is the factory stuff.
I love the factory stuff.
We love seeing the factory.
Yeah.
The way this movie opens, and it's got a strong opening. The music is creepy. Everything seems to be working. They pick up the rotted corpse, the melted I guess, what is it? What is it when the head's cut off?
Decapitation?
Yeah, they pick up the decapitated, armless. Also, here's another fun fact. Almost in every movie, Chucky loses his arm. Whether it's right or left, yeah, every movie he loses his arm. And it was not intentional. It's kind of like the thing that goes on in the Marvel movies, where like it's a tribute to Empire Strikes Back, that somebody loses their hand, one of the characters. I digress. So, this mechanical claw, and this is funny, they're sweeping it up. A mechanical claw comes and picks up
the head, right?
No, it picks up the disembodied thing, and there's real blood in it because, as the mythos goes, Chucky is now human. So
this sounds so ridiculous.
The fucking nickel crane or quarter crane.
I can't even get a teddy bear from those fucking cranes, and it picks him up. It's completely dismembered.
Yeah,
what is that?
And then
what is that?
Okay, why couldn't they pay a guy to shovel it up? Okay, it doesn't matter. Apparently this factory, the Good Guy Factory, runs like a fucking carnival game at Coney Island. So it picks it up, and then the blood falls into the rubber, and
and it reinvigorates his evilness in his soul.
There you go. And now, to make this even better, because it's 8 years in the future, the people who make the good guys decide that enough time has passed since
for them to reintroduce them from the scandal.
Exactly.
That was going on with them.
Yeah, basically they're like, oh, Andy Barclay was just
People
one
have
crazy
nostalgia,
kid.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. So it's 8 years later, nostalgia for good guys, and we're in a boardroom, and they're like, now's the time to bring it back. And of course, there's the one guy who throws like caution into the wind, and he's
completely dismissed.
Yeah. He's like, do you think this could be? So again, corporate America, they're big and evil as they usually are. So I apologize, Heather. Continue with the synopsis.
I was having fun with the synopsis.
Go ahead. I will not stop.
I don't even remember what I was saying. This movie is just.
It doesn't matter, because if you go to Blam Entertainment right now, you can buy this figure. My boss is going to kill me. He said $30, Jerry. I said, you know what? I can't do it. I said, Jeremy, $25. And he said, no. $20 right now. You can buy this amazing rotoscope deformed figure. This is from Mezco. It's terrific. It's a Chucky vinyl figure. Go to Blam Entertainment now and get yours for $20. Mention Jerry Horror and get a code. Child's Play 2 is like Oscar nominated. This is like Razzie nominated. It's like the quality just goes down so much in this movie. And I don't know what it is. And here's the thing. There was such a quick turnaround time. Again, we bring that 9 months into it. Universal was pretty much like, we've got a franchise. The second one was a big hit. Let's just crank these out. There was a dude on Jeopardy who they asked him what the third Chucky movie was. And he said Child's Play 3. He lost. The reason he lost is because technically the full title for Child's Play 3 is Child's Play 3, Look Who's Stalking.
I didn't even know until you said that just now.
Yeah. No, that's really what it's listed under.
I mean, he does stalk now, but in every movie he stalks.
Look, we can't
it's
even...
so bad.
How do we make... I mean, like...
It's not even a good pun.
Chucky's gonna be a pro. There's just no redeeming quality to this film. There's no good kills. There's no tits. There's just like, even like the way they, spoiler alert, the way they kill him in the end, they're in this kind of like fun house that is the most, it's like I go to a carnival and the fun house is like a rubber spider and like, it's just cheap. They go to this fun house. It's like the $2 million fun house or haunted house in a carnival. And he gets his face cut off by a Grim Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why would they have a real blade on a fake Grim Reaper? Not that there's a real Grim Reaper there, but so anyway, to make a long story short, the budding romance, they were so ahead of their time, it was like a shitty YA novel. The budding romance that never really kind of happens, Chucky gets his face cut off by the Grim Reaper thing, and then he's thrown into a fan and chopped up. And like that's the movie.
That might be the most beautiful part.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah, that's the whole movie.
No, really, like we're sitting here. There's really not a lot to talk about.
We keep repeating ourselves because there's just nothing to say.
Yeah, it's such a fucking soulless cash-in that like the only thing that I can say is that Tony Gardner, who did a lot of the special effects, they were able to do things with Chucky in this film that they hadn't previously done.
Animatronic Chucky.
The animatronic Chucky stuff is really good. This was the first movie in the Child's Play series where they were able to... It's funny, Brad Dourif, who does the voice of Chucky, was able to do all his lines in one day. He like got him perfect. And then with the new animatronic technology they had, they were able to sync up his voice. And you'll even see like there's scenes when Chucky's walking around and doing things. This was kind of, they had hit at 1991, the height of the special effects. And the special effects are good, but the kills in this movie are awful. I think at the end of the day, there's like 7 is the body count in this film.
Yeah, it had the lowest body count, and then, I mean, I feel like that's why you watch a Child's Play movie. You want to see like some
Gore.
You want to see some gore, and like that's the amusing part of it. Like a doll is killing people. You want to see the doll that kills people because it's an evil doll. Like what else is there for him to do? You know?
Yeah, there's really nothing else going on in this.
And
film.
like I felt like he never killed like good people to kill. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. The only person that you want to die is kind of the weird pedophile.
Yeah.
The guy who the barber. When you have a Child's Play movie and the most evil character in the military academy is a barber, you're already fucked. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you're fucked. The movie's fucked. Like,
actually, like between the characters in the military school, the one guy is the one who's leading them. I guess you would say like he's one of them. Like he's a kid that goes to the military school, but he's been raised to some kind of superiority. He's the real asshole of this movie, and I don't think he even gets it.
No,
like,
he doesn't die.
He doesn't die, and it was like the asshole is supposed to die in the horror movie.
Well,
that's part of the satisfaction
that's the
watching
payoff. The payoff is that
gore.
is that you either A, build an authority figure, or B, you build on. Especially in the 80s and 90s, it was you had to build somebody who would be kind of like the jock. Or, you know, that's the person that you're going to build up and you're going to murder them. You don't get that payoff in this movie. In fact, there's really no payoff in this movie. Jesus Christ, Peter Jackson dodged a fucking bullet. I mean, I'm sure if he would have directed it, he could have infused it. But when you have Don Mancini, who is so close to this series, you know, it really is his legacy. He's gone on record, and you'll see in the special features in the box set, he's like, I was out of ideas. That's not good. So...
You wonder what the studio was thinking, like, why would that be a good idea to...
Money.
If he was out of ideas, then why not make... It should be quality over quantity, you know?
This movie, Child's Play 3, if one thing within the legacy, obviously, other than the special effects, and obviously them being able to match up Brad Dourif's voice with the animatronic, this movie in the legacy really it's a pothole. It's just a pothole that kind of derails it. And just to show you, it didn't make much money because word got out once this was released that it was a pile of shit. Like, this movie was so bad in fact, and made so less money than the second movie, we wouldn't get another Child's Play movie for close to 7 to 8 years. That's a testament. That tells you right there that's the problem.
As for buying it on Blu-ray, if you're not a serious fan of the Child's Play series, please don't waste your time. Please don't waste the money. But if you're a serious fan, you kind of have to watch it. Like, you can't avoid it because that's what being a fan of something is, you know?
Well, there is one redeeming quality. He gets the best line that he'll ever get in any of the movies in this movie.
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Don't fuck with the Chuck. That is the best one-liner he'll ever have.
Though. That's the only redeeming quality.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta take the little heartaches that go with it, you know?
Don't fuck with the Chuck, but don't buy this movie unless you get it in the set. I mean, you have to watch it as a completionist, but otherwise, this is one that if you're gonna skip Child's Play 3. Well, Heather, is there anything else that we have to say other than you can buy this Mezco figure for only $20? Yes, that's right, $20 at Blam Entertainment.
Blu-ray on a budget.